YouTube, what is up with y'all today? This is Nail Goodfella Nail coming through with another talk video. Man. I did a video like this before, but I never released it because I just wanted to look at it. I didn't know if it was right. Not meaning like right about putting out, but just I wanted to make sure I had my facts right. Right? I don't want to just turn on the camera and just like go on like a crazy ramble and then it don't even make sense. But anyway, basically this topic is about how the recession or possible recession, people already been talking about it for months and months, and probably even in the last year or so. They've been talking about like how the recession will actually affect sneakers, and especially like hype sneakers. GR sneakers that was sitting or whatever, they just gonna sit even more longer than they sitting now. But as far as the resellers, sneaker resellers go, and the sneaker buyers go, now for that, also too, another reason why I really started thinking about it again, really just like brought it back up, because some younger guys actually did a video on it too, and they were, I'm looking through my comments now. Let's see. It was just like a few days ago. My bad, y'all. Usually I'm supposed to have all this figured out, right? Here we go. Okay. So their video was basically saying, what will happen to hype sneakers in a recession. And that's actually courtesy of Sneaker Chefs. I watch those young guys, man. I admire the hustle, the grustle, the grind, all that stuff, though, man. And I'm all down for entrepreneurship too. So obviously they sneaker resellers, and I'm not pointing these guys out because I don't even want to. That's why I didn't too much even want to mention their name or whatever. They're going to be fine as far as the sneaker reselling go. So go check out that video if you can. But I also left a comment as well because I don't want it to sound negative. You know what I mean? Like for like this whole like sneaker reseller thing, it's a positive thing. But now the only unfair thing, like I say many a times, is that when it comes to these bots and all that stuff, that's the unfair advantage. I just feel like everybody should get their pair. Let them get their 20 pair. Let me get my 1 pair or 2 pair, and we just leave it at that. And may the best collector or reseller win. Who can sit on them longer, who can hold their stuff longer, keep them clean longer without having to go buy another pair, or like, oh man, I messed these up, now it's next year and I gotta buy I want to buy another pair of these or whatever. You know what I mean? I just wish it was fair like that versus it being like a bot thing. You never get to try the sneaker, you never even get the sneaker or whatever, like if you try it online. And we don't even mention the backdoor and stuff, man. That's already, I think sometimes you got more chance trying to fight the bots versus backdooring, because backdooring, shoot, man, if it's gone, it's gone. Like at least you might feel a little bit more hopeful with like more clicks or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, and theoretically, like, well, maybe I might just get through and beat a bot, even though you might not even stand a chance. But it just feels like that. It feels like that you can stand a chance. But anyway, let me get off more so into this topic. Now they said they was gonna be selling their sneakers once that recession started coming around, which is smart. I think you would definitely feel some of the waves or the ripples in the water, man, when that recession started coming around. And to my younger people out there that don't too much know, I know a lot of older guys like me watch this channel, maybe like late 20s, early 30s and higher or whatever. We already actually seen a recession. Like we literally lived through that in like 07, 08. And somebody young like the Sneaker Chefs or whatever, they probably like, I don't even think they're even 20 years old, but some of these sneaker reseller guys are basically like 25 and under, so when they, 10 years ago, they were still like little kids and stuff, or teenagers at the oldest. So I don't think they grasp too much of what would happen for like a sneaker recession. Now again, the good thing is, at least in their case, that they actually dropping the sneakers or whatever. The good thing for us buyers would be more so like picking up the hype sneakers for less. you know. And if the earlier you dump them off, that'd probably be the best, that'd probably be the most you can get from the sneaker, more bang for your buck. Now, you know, my thing with sneaker resellers, I don't really too much got a beef with them. It's the bigger sneaker brands that's doing this. That's because they can mass GR anything that we want. You know what I mean? But they're not, because they just want to kind of keep that limited stuff going and the hype up and all that stuff. But as soon as it's mass GR, the sneaker resellers will basically just flood out. But I'm gonna read my comment that I said to them. True, a recession would make sneakers cheaper resale wise, but the problem is that if you thought you had to sit on sneakers before, you're really going to have to sit on sneakers during the recovery phase. Listen, I know you guys are young. I was 20 years old when the recession hit in 08. It took until 2013, 2014 for some kind of recovery. I'm not discouraging you guys, but be prepared to wait years for recovery. And so much happens in a 5+ year span. Hopefully sneakers are even on people's mind after recovery. And to be honest, man, it's true. It's just like people, and they actually responded to me too. So shout out to them too, man. Can't fuck with some of these YouTubers that be too big to respond to people. They said, the sneaker chefs responded and said, recovery is always slow. We've seen the damages that happen, and that is why every decision we make is for long-term benefit. Sneakers will always be a luxury, just how purses are with women, as long as the scarcity is always there. And somebody else also replied too, saying they was in they remember that because they just started high school and like all their field trips was canceled and stuff because of the recession was so bad. Now, again, it's good for the buyers. Great, I welcome it. I feel like one of the things, you know, that'll probably be the best time to pick up hype sneakers. Now, the thing is with that, you know, if y'all listen to my comment and I said, you know, you're going through between a 5-year span, especially in sneakers, that's a lot of time, man. Like just 5 years ago, let's see what that was, 2014, basketball sneakers was really in heavy still. You know, it was just tapering out and going more so into the runners again. And then dad shoes just like really like took over. So we don't really know what's going to happen all that time. You know, you can't really too much predict the future. Will this sneaker stuff be mainstream that like it is now? I wouldn't say I feel like the vibes is dying down a little bit compared to 2018, 2017, 2016. Now the limitability, that's still there. I feel like if anything, it's probably too many collabs, and you know, it's just some of them don't even have any real themes. They kind of just picking colors. Then it's with so many collabs happening, not all of them too much makes sense. I gotta do my research again, because one of them 1 week didn't too much make sense that I was thinking about. I should have did a video on it instantly so I could tell you guys or whatever, but I don't want to brand bash or whatever, but just why I had that thought fresh in my head. But so just to even all this out for you guys, how long I got? 8 minutes, past 8 minutes, coming up on 9 minutes soon. So I didn't want to make this video all crazy long. Also too, tell me you guys' opinion down below. We know the recession gonna put some of these sneaker resellers out on their ass, which is good in a way because you can get what you want to get as a buyer. But as far as a sneaker reseller go, you got to strategically figure it out. We always had this talk at least like 2 or 3 times a year about these sneaker resellers, man. I mean, all of us are opportunists too, man. I just want to get all into that too, man. Like just like this right here. Hopefully y'all bought a box of Travis Scott Reese Puffs, man. Going for 20 bucks already on eBay on average. Now, it's a lot of people on eBay right now that actually has a bunch of these boxes, like shoe boxes, but the acrylic box actually going for $50 plus or $99 or something like that, and that's where it's like a cactus on the box or something like that. But it's definitely fly. I never really ate Reese Puffs, but I do like Reese Cups, so if it tastes something like that, I might kind of like it. But for most reasons though, for the most part though, don't just get the regular Reese Puffs box. Get the one with Travis Scott if you can still find them. $3 and some change at Walmart. At least that's the lowest you could probably get it. And if you can still find them, hopefully they didn't discontinue them yet. So, you know, it's about that thing. This is a perfect example right here. Everybody's an opportunist. Everybody just trying to get some cash. I only got this box and another box upstairs, but I just want to show you guys this. Like, just go pick up on it. You go pick up on it right now. You know what I mean? But you know, that little stuff, you know, easy. I feel like personally, just real quick about that, the price might raise on that come like 2020 for sure, when it was like for sure like discounted or whatever. Or no, not discounted, but for sure like discontinuing. Everybody sold their box and blah 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 or whatever like that. So yeah, if you try to sell it right now, you might get $20, might get lucky, but you should hold on to it or whatever, just to be safe. And newsflash too, man, just in case you didn't know, actually keeping the cereal inside the box, actually you get paid more for it. So this happened a long time ago with the Surge Pop that came out like in like the mid to late 90s, and people still had the cans. Now the cans just alone was worth a little something, but if you also still had the Surge Pop on the inside, it was worth even more. Now I wouldn't try to drink that old ass pop or whatever. This before they retroed them and put the Surge back out like a few years ago, maybe almost 5 years ago, 4 years ago. It don't taste the same. Obviously, you know, things change, but Surge used to be my pop when I was, or my soda, as some of y'all guys call it, in like the late 90s, early 2000s though, man. But anyway, back off into this, because the reason why I brought that up, because everybody is an opportunist in a way. But the fair thing about that is you can still go buy a Reese Puffs Travis Scott joint. You know what I mean? I didn't buy them. I didn't do all that. And it's not to make them other guys feel guilty or whatever. But, because, you know, it's not just them. There's more guys out here that's doing it. You know what I mean? But everybody got their fair chance. So if you got your box, I got my box or whatever, blah, blah, blah. We can see who can sit on it the longest. And then we make our money like that. But since things not fair always like that, though, tell me what you guys think is going to happen. I'm going to round all this back off before I get up out of here, because y'all know I kind of ramble on and the pieces just be everywhere as far as conversation go. So we already know for a fact when people ain't going to be thinking about sneakers all like that. Come to sneaker recession. Come to recession. It's always kind of been the things that have been talked about. Now, the recession only plays in favor to people that actually have money, that's actually earning money, stuff that's more like recession proof. You do not want a recession. You know, you shouldn't want one unless you have the money to go buy stuff. That goes for houses, cars, a lot of stuff that people really just kind of can't afford, really, because the recession happened. Now, the thing about that recession is the recovery phase. Yeah, you done bought all this stuff and you done came up. Now you got to wait for everything to recover just so you can actually see those gains. You know what I mean? And my thing was like, yeah, sneakers gonna exist to a certain point, because sneakers is just like cars. That's why I was like, comparing us sneaker guys and the car guys, like the car collector guys or whatever, because it's essential to you getting around. Everybody needs shoes, but you don't necessarily need the kind of shoes that we got. Everybody need cars, but you don't necessarily need a Porsche 911. You see what I'm saying? So like, but people that want that stuff, we know how to go and find that kind of stuff because we into that stuff, right? So as far as the hit only just gonna be taken on people that was just really vouching for other people buying expensive shit or stuff they don't really need. Now, if you in a business of selling toilet paper and stuff people need every day, you're gonna be fine. But as far as these sneakers go, man, you probably gonna be in some trouble. But at least for us buyers, we gonna be in there, man. But that goes all into that whole getting a skill thing. I got a video on that. So are y'all guys gonna pick up? Is y'all gonna feast? Cause I'm damn sure gonna have a feast when them sneaker prices come down. I'm gonna be wearing them like they new again, like they just came out like last week, man. It's gonna be crazy. But then by all that time happened, them sneakers gonna be probably more sought after too, because the time them passed. You think about something like the acronym or something like that, the neon pink and the blue and all that. You think about something like the acronym, that sneaker has already kind of like came and went, and the resale prices it is where it is. But once that recession hit, it might tip the scales a little bit for the people that really can't, for the sneaker resellers that really just can't hold on to it. You know what I mean? Some of them holding on for dear life, and it's not as profitable as some people make it seem. I'm also hip to Bader Nova too. soon as he get his stuff, chime down below if y'all. These some younger guys. All these guys under 25. But I'm hip to Bader Nova too. He flip his stuff soon as he win his. Like soon as he get it or purchase it or whatever, he flip it instantly. Some of the stuff he took L's on, like where he could have probably held it longer and made more money. So it is that thing right there. But you know, some of these guys clean up, so you know it is what it is. Buyers get it for the low. Resellers gonna be scrambling. That's already a known fact. But it's not just gonna be sneaker resellers gonna be scrambling. It's gonna be everybody that has something that at least a high end that's you charging a lot of money for, like car dealerships might be that sell more like high end. Like who the hell gonna buy a Lambo? You could barely, most people probably can't too much get that just like in a regular, like in a boom and bull economy like it is now, quote unquote. But you know, man, who gonna be trying to get that stuff during a recession though, man? So the recovery phase is probably the toughest part, but man, when everything do hit rock bottom, it's like go if you got the money. So, hey man, tell me what you guys gonna do if y'all are sneaker resellers in the comments. You know, is y'all guys gonna dump it before? The thing about that is too, since this is all kind of like fairly new, and since this big sneaker reseller bubble is still like kind of like new, we don't know how a ripple effect is going to look. Only thing we know is that some of the prices are blowing up, kind of like the housing market like in like 07 and 06 and stuff like that, before it popped in like 08. And that's how the sneaker bubble is going, like the sneaker reseller bubble. Now they're still going to exist, I believe, even after the recession passed or whatever too. So I mean, I'm not saying all that to be like, oh yeah, y'all, you know, because some people be coming at it on a bitter way, on a bitter tip. But I believe sneaker reselling will still exist. So, you know, not too much more to say, man. I mean, I can't even stretch it out no more, man. At this point, it'd just be rambling and repeating what I just said, though, man. So, hey, man, y'all can rewind the video back if y'all want to see, you know, hear more and whatever like that. So that's just my 2 cents on it. I've been hearing about it here and there, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm on the buying end. I'm not really on the selling end because I don't really sell sneakers, and the GR is definitely gonna be really what's up to pick up on too, because those probably gonna be crazy low, because these stores, they're gonna have to make room for the new stuff, and if they even still get new stuff. I do believe that sneaker collabs might slow down. All that velocity that these sneaker brands are putting sneakers out at, like a Jordan every week, I believe that would slow down. I mean, shoot, woo. That's another thing too, man. 190 plus tax during a recession for some J's, man. That's deep. That's tough. I think, man, that'd be crazy if Jordan Brand might actually lower their price because of that. You know, that'd be crazy. But it is what it is. Maybe they might slow down production. I don't know. We'll see. Rate, comment, and subscribe. This Neil Goodfella Neil. Peace.